You feeling okay? We've been traveling all over lately, so maybe you've come down with something. That's it. We're getting Baiju to check you over.
Full throttle! Try and stop me!
Baiju isn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
Please, I can't read.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome. What can I do for you?
It's the Traveler. She looks absolutely beat, and she keeps spacing out. You have to...
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
Okay, Paimon does not like that
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, traveler. In theory, hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more... Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition.
Huh?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue. Why don't you rest here for a bit? In the meantime,
Oh, must be a rare well, all we can just get some Rise and shine! Time to wake up! For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. Hopefully all that sleep a cut. What? Did you scratch yourself Nope, nothing. Okay. What? Oh, but then again, you woke up right where you were. Then it's
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Ah! What the? Wait! Paimon remembers you! You're Child's master! Orc? Right! The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned. Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here.
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You, I'll take a glass of wine.
Oh, of course. Coming right up. We make this one in-house. It's not too strong.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tiger fish over here.
Coming right up. Ah, if I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things. Well, should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Yeah, and that thing she said, Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child?
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well,
Miss Skirk?
So, you couldn't disperse... I understand. Come find me in the Gwali Plains when you're done here. Oh, and...
Okay. Huh? She disappeared!
Wait, hold on. You overpaid.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the...
I didn't think you...
We didn't! It was that lady who came and sat with it.
You sure?
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them seeing things.
Seeing things? Wait.
Oh, now you mention it. Not... Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole... Oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the like they're collecting something.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Fulfill our pact! Rise with the sun!
The wind knows me.
You two! Time to end them!
So, this is what they were collecting. It looked... yeah.
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call god remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're... What are you doing?
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were... real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we...
Okay. Right. The god remains. In our experience, god remains are one...
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from... The remains aren't just gone. They were taken. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from... Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains... Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at
Wait, you mean... this...
42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies and something has been leeching power from this world like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But no one knows. All I know, considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be crushed if you go up We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this.
Well, great! You seem super strong, and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take...
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our... Ah! Paimon's got it. Anyway, the important... Whoa! This place...
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. And the outside now. We just need to figure out how to investigate. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that—
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and feel. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, I'll have to do the investigating for you. With dream mirroring, every time you sleep.
You make it sound so simple.
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. To play it safe.
Wait, you're gonna teach her some of your martial arts? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as my disciples. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time my—
Oh, she moves fast. So, special training, huh? Last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, feels like a lifetime ago. Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember how she said that the Aldi—
Ready? Your training will be split into 3 stages. Testing your blade work. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area, so during your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not, you'll have picked up all kinds of techniques from them.
You bet. There's Kaya. Matt, you sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive— To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Technique, improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past. Only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and
Wait, is that— Paimon thought you were gonna teach her some cool new moves! Like, when you went—
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can. Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's their state of mind as they maneuver their weapon? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield your arms, hands, and fingers.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair.
Rain cutter!
Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Looks like you've made some real—
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard.
Yeah, meanwhile Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But you were so—
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope—
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
Excuse me! You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that! It's very disrespectful!
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more, but I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. Why don't you tell your dad all about it?
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its... Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this...
Then I suppose your old dad...
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, silly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least, you'll catch a cold. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives out.
Let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite.
The stars shimmer high mountains as far as the eye can see. I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. I'm sick of being a kid, but for now.
Single one of them, get away!
No, please, spare the children! Stay back!
They're coming!
Run! Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down.
Don't be scared. Ah!
This way!
We'll never make it!
There's
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from up.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munition.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his...
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back, to prevent them from making some kind of last stand.
Well. Let them cling to what's left of their lives.
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot.
This is the place.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can. Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face. My clever girl, so curious.
Whenever you miss us, just remember, life is a gift.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. A savage that can pluck a tune. You! Stop singing! Shut it!
You're awake. I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so serene. No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like...
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is the first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Tevat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power. Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss, an act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Tevat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time. A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your element. True growth comes from adversity, but only if you make the choice to pick your... So, it's time to push yourself to the limit, and... Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can!
Windblade! Windblade! Prepare to be blown away!
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Windblade!
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes. Faster! Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that. You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between them. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world. So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path. Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice. Get some rest. When you wake up,
What is the secret to power? Longing, hatred, self-preservation. No, it is fear. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. That fear is now part of you. Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted.
Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore. If I keep going, I feel like my wrist is going to break.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the cracking and after all, bones can always be reset. Good, Skirk. Once again, you survived.
Cold.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the...
hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to... So, wanna head over...
From your training so far, you have gained better command of the sword, and more control over your elemental abilities. That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced, these have taught you more than I ever could. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally. Ready? Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable. Just like your brother. Huh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to him, do you?
Hey, no fair! That's
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know, but you don't. You can choose your own path. Let's begin. Try to use reason over... This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus. Not bad. Better than I expected. You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, that's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one. Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this, you managed to push past your limits.
Skirk is amazing! She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off!
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on, I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still
Incredible! I wonder if I'll ever reach their...
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars. I just need to wait till I'm grown up. Then I can do anything.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become...
Run! Skirk! Run!
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity. Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying... you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid! That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you! Of course you are! That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig it! Ah, well, If you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat.
Okay. It's Paimon.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just second. I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, when Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I may never meet again, Traveler. So if there... Okay, not the angle I was I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my even with the dream mirroring. You should have seen nothing but endless darkness. Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstance. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no... I'm not from Tevat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some way. No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. To become stronger, for certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way. Okay.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there. But it's been years now, and I've still found...
Well... Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and so during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. Wake up your companion. Oh, and everything I just told.
Time to go. Oh, finally. Where are we headed?
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding. Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now. But still, this is someone else.
Don't worry. Paimon's an expert at Oh, but, that means you need to...
Alright.
Bombs away! Extinguished! Behind you. Come on, you got this. Wipe out!
Annihilate. Hey, what are you two doing here?
Research. Were you drawn here by this mysterious element?
Dusty. An abandoned house. Let's press on. Merciless.
Looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his... This fog is making it impossible to see...
This should be the place where you were the missing part of your soul. Our opponent...
hold on! Look! The spikes...
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's like... From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Gwaley Plains, you asked me what now? The answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power. Whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power. No, he couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its... Call it fate, if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course!
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own... You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever, which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the
foul. Who dares call him foul?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you...
Just...
Look! It's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit. Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action. Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come at... You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to leave...
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run! Look out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate him. I no longer sense his presence. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed... You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Rivulet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet, but I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master. Exactly. It told me everything. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us! We have to help you—
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you—
But what if that monster finds you before you're up plus? How are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go, so, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this. The bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and—
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where? Paimon gets the feeling Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait! Baiju said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy.
Rev the engines!
This bag from Skirk has a— Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait. Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did she do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to—
You heard all that?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the—
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start.
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some—
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me regain some strength.
But your shoulder— Hey, don't just lay! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll go— Let's get some sleep, traveler.
quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Run! Skirk! Run!
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. Wait, Skirk?
About 60%. Maybe.
Whoa! Paimon thought it would.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short. Now, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep.
Ooh, sounds intense.
Thanks. See you.
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now? Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Be right back.
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak again, too. Call it fate, if you want. Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here. So, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But as you can see, this river, and all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power.
The answer to one mystery invites another quest. Let's follow the river upstream. always thought that, even when, like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed, seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid
now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a warrior.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Why?
I have told you before. Fear. You have tasted loss. You have known fear so deep it can be felt in the bone. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the night.
that is what Skirk's master, the foul Sertologi, looked like at one point in time. Of course, as a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him. He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and... To do that, I need to follow in his...
I'll let you in on a little secret. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under—
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting—
Can I ask a question, Master? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength. and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary, in the hope that one day you...
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries...
Yes, Master. From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gave... It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason... We're nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end. These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about it. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea, the secrets beyond the stars. And that It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends, their lives were discarded like worthless trash. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life. Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't... Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as... senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps if those with power get to decide good and evil, then no one wants to relive their most painful... Skirk is waiting over there. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose.
So all this, just so you could bring her here?
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. Her suppressed emotional self, the version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, all those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, It was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe renders every...
Even so, learning from the mistakes of strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotion...
The difference is that I'm doing what is right. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I have shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold on...
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars. Those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than...
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only...
And look around. Look, you cast aside your dreams and curiosity. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little...
Thank you for saying that. I knew, to be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong, but what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget, and I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart, and I don't want you to hurt. I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had...
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but...
I'm sick of being a kid.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. I should be thanking you.
Did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
my memory. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the... He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would... But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order. Yes, and not just because of the gap in our ability. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life. I know. And it's not something I want. He's no longer into that, but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me? Why?
Honestly, Paimon was gone for you're both okay, right?
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight.
Okay, so Paimon, but whatever. Paimon brought back tons of
All right.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is...
form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? Really? So, You're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural to them. He represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has...
Okay. Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after...
Into the void!
Haven't forgotten your training, I hope.
Beyond this world. Once more! Need more! Water jet!
Haven't had enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle. Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me. No such power. Such key.
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry, it's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master, and this is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk.
Hundreds of...
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell?
Of course. Might as well. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. Over time, my heart hardened, and we were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of yet he always... I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive.
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something, and he inspired me to keep going. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. But somewhere after his grand endeavor was successful.
This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether.
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite...
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand...
All I can do...
Wise indeed. And nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality...
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word come...
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe and bring her to Tevat. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecy. All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her...
Sounds...
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still so...
I'll be leaving then. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh.
Your heart? That sounds like...
Because, of course,
So, you used the curse to turn yourself... Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it.
You're right. I should have known better, but... I had already... I miss your master.
After the beating we just...
Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to... We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb. Or...
True. But I made up my mind long ago. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full...
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things. First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion, but when you had to devote all your strength, it was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth.
Interesting. You're right. That battle brought me in a...
Exactly. I think one where his opponent forces him to use all his strength. Unlock the after which all can come. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his goal. What a battle that...
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality. I won't be able to hold on to my... Sotologi once offered to free me from...
I can, but not through death. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness. The impurities will dissipate. And under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will... But it will be a time-consuming and painful.
If we are climbers...
I will reach the top of this mountain, and you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't... Oh, wow. You said today sure went by fast. It's night already.
Yes. The power Skofnunger stole has been...
Great! Huh. It's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone.
I suppose it's because the false stars... It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings. Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. Time marches ever forward. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable.
Ugh, this is all going over Paimon's head ever since we met. She has filled... If it's too big a job for one person, then we've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things.
I suppose when it comes to you... Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get... I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet and... Regardless, one without war, pain, or force. For this, we must all work to become stronger. If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Bye! Is it just Paimon? Or is she being... not... Hey! What do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue...
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same.